They don't talk about it out loud. They don't announce it. But when they walk into a room that's cluttered, crowded, or full of stuff, something inside them tightens. To others, it looks like nothing. Just a messy table, a pile of clothes, a shelf that's too full. But to them, it's noise. It's pressure. It's a silent storm that no one else can see. Why do some people feel anxious around too many things? Why does a crowded room feel heavier than silence? Why does stuff feel like stress? Here's the truth. For some people, the external world mirrors their internal world. When too much is outside, it awakens too much inside. And that's where the psychology begins. You'll notice them scanning the environment. Not because they're picky, not because they're dramatic, but because their mind processes visual information at full volume. Every object becomes a thought. Every misplaced item becomes a question. Every little thing becomes another thing to manage. Their brain isn't overwhelmed by objects. It's overwhelmed by meanings. A mug on the table isn't just a mug. It's a reminder, a responsibility, a task waiting quietly in the corner. And this is where it gets interesting. Research on cognitive load shows that the human brain can only hold so much information at once. But for certain people, especially sensitive, intuitive, or anxious-minded individuals, their mental inbox fills up faster. Clutter isn't just clutter. It's stimulus. It's data. It's emotional weight. And the psychology behind this runs deeper. Many of them grew up in environments where chaos meant danger. Too many sounds. Too many emotions. Too many responsibilities placed on small shoulders. So now, as adults, too many things is not about the things. It's about what their nervous system remembers. They learn to survive by controlling their surroundings, clearing space, creating calm, reducing noise. Minimalism, for them, isn't aesthetics. It's self-defense. It's safety. It's the ability to breathe. But here's the thing. Not all of them use the word minimalist. Some don't think of themselves that way. They just know that a sparse room feels like peace, and a full room feels like pressure. They feel lighter when there's less. They feel calmer when there's space. They feel more themselves when the world around them isn't shouting at their senses. And this is where it gets complex. People often misunderstand them. They're told they're being dramatic, too sensitive, too controlling, too particular. But what others see as simplicity is actually emotional regulation, a way of managing anxiety without needing to say, "I feel overwhelmed," because sometimes they don't even have the words. They just know that when the room is clear, their mind is clear. And when their mind is clear, they feel okay. Attachment theory also plays a surprising role. People who grew up taking care of themselves early in life often gravitate toward minimalism. They learn not to depend on things. They learn that fewer possessions meant fewer disappointments, fewer losses, fewer reminders of instability. Minimalism becomes emotional efficiency, a life with fewer emotional hooks, a space where nothing pulls on their attention or reopens old memories. But here's what's fascinating. For many of them, minimalism isn't about avoiding things. It's about choosing what matters. They're not running from the world. They're creating one where they can breathe, think, and feel without drowning. In a world that constantly screams more, their mind whispers less. Less noise, less pressure, less chaos, less distraction. And maybe that's the real difference. Other people can walk through clutter without noticing a thing. But for them, clutter feels alive. As if every object has a voice, a need, a demand. Put me away. Fix me. Clean me. Deal with me. No wonder they feel drained. But here's what's really happening beneath the surface. Their brain is trying to protect them, to keep the world manageable, to prevent overwhelm from taking root. Minimalism isn't coldness. It's clarity. It's a boundary drawn in physical space. It says, this is how much of the world I can hold at once. The long-term consequences? They often become the emotional anchors in their relationships. Calm, grounded, steady. They create environments where others feel safe, too. But the paradox is that society sometimes calls them too much, when all they're trying to do is create just enough. And maybe that's the real heart of the issue. They're not trying to escape life. They're trying to meet life at a pace that honors their nervous system. So if you're someone who feels anxious around too many things, you're not broken. You're not strange. You're not dramatic. You're aware. You're sensitive in the best possible way. Your mind is tuned to subtle signals. Your nervous system speaks softly but honestly. And your desire for space? It's not a flaw. It's a form of intelligence. Minimalism, for you, isn't emptiness. It's control. It's peace. It's the freedom to exist without drowning in the noise of the world. So the next time you feel overwhelmed by a room full of things, listen to that feeling. It's not weakness. It's wisdom. Here's the quiet truth. Some people need less around them, so they can feel more inside themselves. And if you are one of them, honor that, because your peace is not found in what you add, but in what you allow yourself to let go.